What is up, you guys? It is Broke Briar Gal, and today I have a really fun video for you. I'm going to be doing my placings from the Indian Paintbrush Live Model Horse Show 2024. Apologies for this being a little bit late. I've kind of a crazy schedule, but I am so excited to show you the placings. It was overall a really great show for me, and I got, I think, about 27 placings, which is a really great number. Before we get into all of the ribbons that I got, first, I wanted to talk a little bit about the haul. I only got one horse during this show, and that is this little goofy sausage man. I got him for free because he was a door prize, so I thought I'd show him off. Unfortunately, the budget did not allow me to get any more horses, but hopefully the next horse show will have more of a haul. Getting onto the placings. So my first placing is this cute little Gigi Valentine glossy that I got at Briarfest at the Clarion. She was proven beforehand to show quite well, and she did not disappoint. She got a 6th place in the 2000 plus made, I think, European Warmblood class, which was the most competitive class of the day, I would say. There was a lot of great horses, so the fact that she placed was really awesome. The next placing is the 6th place that I got with my cute little G1 Arabian Morgan Stallion stablemate. I actually got this guy for a couple dollars from a local person. He was really dusty, so I had to go ahead and clean him. So I was really surprised that he placed, because I think he's from like the mid-1970s. I think on his belly it says like 1976. So I was super hyped that he placed. My stablemates kind of struggled a little bit at the show. He was one of 2 that placed out of everyone that I brought, but that's okay. My next 6th place is my really pretty Lafayette. He's the Collector Club special run from 2021. He got a 6th place, I believe, in the American Saddlebred class. So the way the classes were divided is there was OF Briar, 2000 more, and then I think 2000 and more, and then like 2000 or less or something. So he showed in the more category, and he got a 6th. Then we're going to move on to my 5th places. Jim Bro, who is my Rhenish draft from 2022 Briarfest, got a 5th place, I believe, in the, I want to say, Belgian class. I showed him as a Belgian this time, and he did quite well. This is one of my favorite molds, so I was very happy about that. And then another 5th place I was super stoked about is my adorable little, I think her name is, I can't remember, she's a Collector Club special run from 2018. I want to say her name is something like Starlight or something. Not sure, but anyway, she's gorgeous, has really nice shading, crisp details. She wasn't able to show it or place at Briarfest, but she did pretty good at this show. She got 5th place, but I also had 3 horses in the class that she was in, and my other 2 horses placed, so yeah, I was just really happy for her placing. So moving on down the line, we have my lovely Shire here, who also got a 5th place, I think, in the Clydesdale Shire 2000 plus class. I love him. He has gorgeous shading, as you can see. He kind of can be hit or miss for me. Sometimes he'll either nan or get a low placing, or I've even had him not place at all, so this is a pretty consistent placing for him. This one was kind of surprising, but my little boy here got a 4th place. I cannot remember his name for the life of me. Oh, it's Avatar Jasmine. I showed him, I think, in like British Pony or something like that, and it's a really good example with someone like him, like how subjective it can be. For example, he has won like champion overall, and today he got 4th, which is like, that's still good placing, but it's just really interesting to see how much the opinion can vary judge to judge and based on what's in the class. Especially since he showed against one of my other horses who he has beaten in the past, but this time he lost to that horse. So it's really interesting. But anyway, another 4th place that I got was my Stagecoach Surprise. This is the first time that he has placed. I showed him in a class as a national show horse instead of American Saddle, bred specifically because that class only had like 6 horses in it. So he got 4th, which is not much of an accomplishment. I'm thinking about potentially retiring this guy just because although he is very pretty, he just doesn't show great. I think it's probably because of his copy. Like, he does have some smudging, as you can see, but he's still a great shelf model, so I will definitely keep him. Another fourth place that I was pretty stoked about was my Athenian lady got a fourth place in other stock, which I was very hyped about. I wasn't sure how she'd do because celebration horses, they're very common. They tend to not show as well, especially when they are just released, and I was kind of nervous because she does have a little bit of a smudgies, as you can see, but I guess they liked her and her shading, so she got fourth, so I was quite pleased with that. And then another fourth place was my lovely Premier Club model, Troubadour. He got a fourth place, I believe, in the Morgan class. I'm not even sure if he showed in the right class because I think they wanted Premier Club models in the lesser model class, but I threw him on the table. He got a fourth, which is awesome because that was his first time placing for me. So next up, we're going to move into my third place horses. This is Voldemort, or my Glossy Landler. He is stunning, amazing shading and details, and he got a third place, I believe, in the 2000 less warm blood class, or German warm blood class, which is amazing because, as we all know, it's very hard to place in the warm blood class, so I was very, very excited for him, especially since he has, like, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but he has, like, very, yeah, you probably can't see, like, shiny or smudge marks on one side, so I lay him on the other side on the table, also because he doesn't have a stand, and so I'm always nervous that the judge is gonna, like, see it, but they didn't notice, I guess, or noticed enough to not place him, so he did get a third, so amazing. Another third place is Alina. She is my Rapunzel from 2022 Briarfest, and she is, like, one of my most consistent placers. Yeah, pretty much every show I take her to, she gets some kind of ribbon, and it's usually within the top 3, so she was right on par, and I was very pleased with that. I believe I showed her in, like, European Pony or something. Another third place that I was really excited about was my little Beachcomber got a third in American Pony, which was super exciting. It's kind of funny because I actually have another Chinkatink pony from the 2020 Briarfest Mare and Foal set. It's I can't say their name, but I think it's like Bridget and Belterre or something, and that one usually will beat her, but this time she actually did, and she got a third place. I feel like she's just one of those horses where she either gets, like, a really high placing or, like, nothing. So I guess today was her day, so that was really awesome. Or not today, but the day of the show was her day. And another third place was my adorable Honey Bear. He got a third place in the American Draft, I think 2000 and other category. And I was very excited about this because the thing that's really hard about him is that everybody has this horse and everyone shows it, so you never know which way the judge is going to go, but luckily she did really seem to like him. And then my last third place that I have here is Homewrecker. He is my Glassy Buckskin rotating draft surprise. He's also been a really consistent placer for me, so I was super happy about that. I mean, come on, his, like, gray eye, his gorgeous color, he is just one that you cannot dislike. Okay, so now time for the most exciting part of the video where I show you my first and second place horses that got Nan cards. I am going to be honest, I did not expect to get this many first and second places. I don't think I've ever, like, accomplished this, so it was super exciting for me. So first we have my gorgeous Thunderstorm. She got a second place in the, I think, Arabian 2000 and more category, and she is gorgeous. I love her. I got her at the Clarion this year for Briarfest. She didn't place at Briarfest, which is kind of to be expected, but I was really hoping she would do good at local shows, and she did. The other horse that beat her was also a Thunderstorm. So then my other second place was Wells, my Glossy Wells. I absolutely love him. He is the horse that I traded Infinity Briars for on YouTube, and I have a great reference picture for him when I show him as a Gypsy Vanner. Little tip for you guys. And he does really well, and this is the second time he's Nan for me, so yay, amazing for him. And then my next second place, this one was really shocking to me. My Chocolatey got a second place in the 2004 Appaloosa class, which is the highest that he's ever placed. It's kind of been funny. I feel like he's progressively been getting higher and higher placings. Like he used to not place, then he started getting lower things, and now this is the first time that he's ever nanned, which is really shocking to me, especially because stock classes are so competitive, although he does have really nice mapping and shading. So I'm really excited to hopefully see him continue to place well. And then my final second place of the day was actually from this cute little stablemate guy. I feel like I had a pretty solid breed for him that I had found that somebody did, and I wanted to use it, so I made some really quick documentation, and it paid off. He got a second place in the OF Mini Carriage Breeds class. My minis got kind of cooked this show, but that's okay. I was happy to at least pull out at least one Nan card for my minis. And then moving on to my first places, this is probably my most surprising first place of the day. This is Little Prince. He is this cute little classic stablemate foal. He got a first place in other foals, and I'm going to be honest, I missed his callback, which is so sad to me because I will never know if he could have gotten champion or reserve. Because honestly, this is kind of a side tangent, but I had some car issues at the show, and my sister had to take my car away, and so I was trying to judge the Peter Stone division, also trying to get all my callbacks on the table and stuff. So I didn't even realize that he had placed, and so by the time I went to go pick him up, I didn't see the ribbon, and the callback had already been done. So that's going to be a big what if for me, especially because he has won champion in the past. So I'm still pretty sad about that, but you know, it's okay. With all the chaos going on at that show, I was bound to miss a couple classes, so can't get all your horses there, but lesson learned. Always check to see if your horse has a ribbon, even if you don't think they're going to get one. Moving on to my next first place, I have my beautiful Sable Island pony. I was super hyped that she got a first place. I showed her in the British pony class, I believe. And yeah, she's awesome. I think I got her for like 20 or 25 bucks, like locally. So that was a great deal, and I was hyped about that. Then another first place was one of my super consistent placers. This is, I think her name is Callie. She's from Briarfest. Let's see what year. 2017 special run. This is her first time getting first place, so I was very excited about that. So usually she gets like second place or maybe even lower, but she got her first place, which was amazing. I have some pretty good refs for her, and honestly, like, she is so clean. Like, the mapping and her transitions of the roning are very, very nice. I got her from the Clarion, I think, a couple years ago for like 60 bucks, and she has like never let me down at a show, so I love having her in my show stream. So here's another surprising first place that I got. This was my little mare. She is like an Andalusian, Mamacita, also from the Clarion, I think a year or so ago. She has some dabbling that is not my favorite. I think it is pretty fish scale-y, but because this show divided the classes into rarity and I think Briarfest kind of things, she didn't have to show against the Albarozos. And if you've been to a live show, you know that usually the Albarozos are going to win the Spanish classes. But because she is a more limited special run, she didn't have to show against them, and she got a first place because obviously I think it was a lot less complicated. It was a lot less competitive. So yeah, she pulled out a first place, so I was really happy about that. And then for my last first place of this section, we have my gorgeous fighter mare. She was a Briarfest special run from this year. She was my must-have, and I was just praying that she did well because I really, really wanted her to do well. And she won her class, which is amazing. It was kind of interesting because I feel like a lot of the people who were showing horses in her class had her. She was a very popular model because obviously she just came out. People were probably really excited to have her, but I don't think that they really knew what to show her as. So a lot of them were very kind of odd breeds that I don't think fit really well. But luckily, my horse prevailed, and I was super hyped about that. Okay, so this is where things get kind of weird. This is my Winx. The funny thing about her is I was actually trying to get rid of her for the longest time. I was selling her at the show for literally like $30. Because she has this massive shiny mark that you probably can't see, and I was like, yeah, she does have nice shading, but she's kind of a wreck. She's a popular model. Like, I just want her gone. Nobody would buy her. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw her on the table. Like, they have the thoroughbred class coming up. I'm just gonna throw her on there, and if she gets a little dinky ribbon, maybe that will help someone buy her. So yeah, imagine my shock when I put her on the thoroughbred class and she freaking wins. She got first freaking place somehow with this big old shiny mark. And so I was like, oh, okay. So naturally, I put her on the table for callbacks. And yeah, she got reserve champ. So needless to say, I decided not to sell her, which isn't crazy. It just goes to show you that, like, horses that you think, like, have no shot is so dependent on the judge. Even a horse with a massive shiny mark can get reserve champ in the sport division, which was insane and probably one of the most competitive divisions. So yeah, that was pretty crazy, and I'm hoping to find a restoration artist to help get rid of the shiny mark, because if she does this well with a shiny mark, I think that she could really have some potential to show ring. So the last horse that I want to talk to you guys about is my gorgeous Cleveland Bay, and I am obsessed with him. His name is Hank the Tank. I got him at the Clarion, I think, like 2 years ago or something. I can't remember. Actually, maybe it was a year ago, like 2023. I picked him up for $50, and he is gorgeous. He has very subtle, like, light shading with just like the tiniest, faintest thing of dapples. He has like a little bit of imperfections on his offside, but you really cannot tell. Yeah, he's just, oh, he's great. And I have really good documentation for him. And so he got a first place, which I was very excited about. He has gotten a first place before, so I was super hyped about. Oh, I know I say this a lot, but I was very excited. So I put him on callbacks, actually, for the table. At the same time, I put my other horse, Winx, on there, and he actually won champion of the sport division, which was amazing. So yeah, imagine my shock when I managed to win both the champion and reserve champion for the sports section. Did not expect that at all. But the crazier thing is, when I put him on callbacks again, yeah, he won overall grand champ for the 2000 More Briar division, which I was not expecting at all. And again, it was such an insane day with like my car breaking down, having all these issues, freaking out, trying to judge. I just throwing him on the table, last minute Hail Mary, and he got overall, which made my heart feel so happy. And I really didn't think that was going to happen. Yeah, I just feel so lucky that I was able to get that. And oh, look how pretty the rosette is. Amazing. So yeah, that is all. I'll give you guys a little overview of the two of my big winners of the day. Coming up, I am doing another horse show possibly in March, so pay attention to that. I'll also be making really cool videos, probably about Briar horse hauls, finding horses, and showing tips. So any other suggestions or anything you guys want to see, just let me know in the comments. Until next time. Bye, guys.